Only being a good idea. Also things like doctrine is a good thing to communicate, so you don't, for example, end up choosing the same thing or something that doesn't necessarily complement each other. And we see the M8 taking on here, getting a bit too close though to German infantry, but it does manage to get away, firing away, killing a Volksgrenadier. And let's go have a look at Mr. Cabbagelord. In fact, no doctrine either. A bit of infantry and of course those armored cars. Panzer is sneaking through here. Panzer apparently forcing away this M8. These riflemen could certainly help in a move, but apparently not. Instead, the M8 moves in again, while those tank busters are busy seeking a point, but they are now coming under heavy fire. Damaged engine on the M8, but those tank busters are forced to retreat. And what do we have here? Stug 4. Damaged engine already. I'll bet it was a sticky bomb. And still an MG42 holding down here, but not with much luck. And stormtroopers now apparently also with assault rifle. Stug 4 continuing to blast away, but it might just be continued to get sticky bombs thrown at it. Another rifleman down. And a Puma joins in the fight, ready to provide some better anti-infantry fire. And now riflemen are moving in from the south. And this MG42 is cleared out, leaving only behind the stormtroopers, and they are all heavily wounded. No veterancy, no medic kits. This is not looking good, and that MG42 will certainly be a nice piece of plunder for the American forces. 2 stormtroopers down in seconds, leaving only 2 behind. Puma and Stug trying their best to reinforce the position, but it might not be enough. Booby traps going off, meaning that of course the Panzer Elite has gone for scorched earth. What doctrine this? And of course Mr. D1stracter has gone for Blitzkrieg. Not looking good for the 91st Luftlande. Certainly looking better for the 3rd Armored Division, in particular if they can get some armor out of that tank depot. Anti-tanks being supplied for the other part. Mr. Cabbagelord, in fact, to join his M8 and provide some heavier firepower. Americans pulling back from the area here again. The Puma and Stug being too much, despite having both damaged engines. Now the M8 is tearing through these Volksgrenadiers, forcing them into a retreat, and we have the first piece of armor, an M10 tank destroyer. Not going to do well against infantry, but will certainly be helpful against those Stugs and Pumas. And let's go have a look at Mr. Patrick, who of course has gone scorched earth, but has no real abilities to speak of, and oh dear, what I feared would happen does seem to be happening. Lots of Panzer Grenadiers with assault rifles and Gewehr 43s. A single strafing run, a mine or a heavy machine gun, and they will certainly be rendered quite dead and useless. We shall have to see if he will carry through. Running into some riflemen hiding in an old wrecked barn. And incendiary grenades going off en masse, and BARs being equipped at the same time. Riflemen though taking a bit of damage. Other teams still holding the line, but they are certainly going to get flooded. M8s nearby will perhaps be able to provide some support, but those riflemen are getting slaughtered. Oh dear, rifleman team is gone. And we have a strafing run in to avenge them, really causing quite a bit of losses to those Panzer Grenadiers, pinning most, suppressing a few. And of course now the M8s are moving in with 50 caliber machine guns, and of course their guns themselves, keeping those Panzer Grenadiers pinned and causing even further casualties, forcing them into a full rout. Not too well. At the same time, this Stug is not... No, it is in fact a Stug 42, and it's getting taken up by that anti-tank gun. Not good at all. At the same time, the M10 has knocked out the other Stug, and this looks like this Puma will be lost. Armored war machine has gone off, securing that a fresh M10 will be sent in from reserves, but this Puma is looking in a very dire spot. Pioneers and stormtroopers continue to try to hold this central position, but really their situation is not happy. They are really needing some support, some infantry, something, rather than just this very little amount of resources. Puma getting sick hit once more, probably for the final time, and yes, there we go. Puma is a wreck. Stormtroopers charging in, trying to clear out that trench once more. Does not look like they will have much luck with it though. Riflemen are being quite determined, cutting down to, in fact, no survivors except a pioneer. In fact, that wasn't part of the stormtrooper team. And M10 now ready as well. Stu 42 pulling out with its very low health, and looks like another Panzer Grenadier assault force is moving in. MG42 looks right for picking up, and of course being turned against the German masters. Mortar moving in as well, and the Panzer Grenadier human wave is certainly moving closer and closer. Another strafing run, of course it will come to very short. Increased squad sizes, and let's go have a look at D1stracter. In fact, infantry assault teams and Stu 42 is being accessible, and another Stu 42 is being called in. Another strafing run goes off, and an M10 knocks out that other Stu 42. Not happy at all, and those Panzer Grenadiers are certainly not looking too well either, having suffered quite some losses already. And riflemen now just firing away at them. Second Stu 42 on the spot, firing away, killing a single rifleman. M10s might want to join in to clear out that Stu 42. And mates moving in from the north to fire as well on those Panzer Grenadiers. They really should consider getting out of there before they suffer too heavy losses. Sniper killing a Panzer Grenadier, and another sticky bomb goes off on the Stu 42. And now the M10s are moving in for the kill, firing away at the exposed sides of it. There we go. MG42 now sitting up in the building, turning against those German Panzer Grenadiers who are getting torn apart right out here in the open. Heavy losses for the Panzer Grenadiers, in fact. And Stormtroopers and Fultz Grenadiers knocking out one M10, which does crashes into that small cliff there or ridge. Third Americans moving in, but those German troops will certainly be running straight into the MG42 and the sniper with Veterancy 2. M8 joining in as well, also with Veterancy 2. Very, very unpleasant situation for the Germans, but I do believe they have anything to blame but themselves in this case. And another Fultz Grenadier is killed before he can get out of there. Most tragic. And things are certainly not looking good for the 91st Luftlande Division, having taken quite heavy losses and not been able to really hold this position very well, having suffered into a very nasty meat grind and not really been able to leverage something else. Not using veterancy, not having enough infantry, and of course spending a bit too much resource on MG42s and a forward barracks. And of course losing that sniper very early was again not too good either. Pioneers forcing back those engineers, and oh dear, he does it again. Apparently he's learned absolutely nothing from this. One cannot help but be a bit sad moving past the wreckage of a former Stug or Stu 42, and he's calling in another Stu 42, apparently thinking that, well, once if it failed already due to any lack of decent support, then throwing in another one will certainly help. No, it won't. Get something decent, get a Nebula, get a Stug, get some more infantry. Don't just throw in further Stu 42s who will just get picked apart by those M10s. And now, oh dear, those Panzer Grenadiers being caught straight into a Calliope barrage. Oh, absolutely horrific. Heavy losses, a massacre in fact. Certainly another disadvantage of that whole blobbing thing, any decent artillery fire. But of course clear it all out. Looks like this forward barracks, which has now been established by Cementmixer, is taking quite a bit of damage. But he's certainly in a stronger position to do so. And now German troops are right out in the open, flamethrowers firing away. The sniper is not joining in though. Perhaps feeling a bit too close. Fultz Grenadiers taking quite a heavy losses, and the Stormtroopers as well. Stu 42 being targeted down by that M10. And Veterancy 1 already for the Calliope, really having gone to town on those Panzer Grenadiers run out in the open. Riflemen moving in, probably with a sticky bomb, but no. Several of them are blown to bits by the howitzer shell of this 242. But the M10 is quick on the spot to ensure that won't happen again.
Enemy unit down.
And looks like that Stu 42 won't have much longer to live in. And field repairs going off as well. Oh dearie me. And we have an M4 Sherman joining into the fun as well. Looks like this tank destroyer is crashing right into the German base, apparently not caring about anything or its life for that matter. Allied war machine going off. And apparently not getting out of there, just apparently having a bit of fun. Main gun destroyed, and looks like it won't have much longer to live in. Not entirely sure what the Germans are just firing away. And one Panzer grenade getting crushed under the threads of it. The threads.
Enemy unit down.
And there we go, out of control. Oh dear! Several Panzer grenadiers were caught under the threads as it went out of control, killing 4. And its death throes, in fact, gaining veterans who won as it was dying. A bit superfluous, I think. Mr. D1stracter has barely anything left, only a Stu-42. Another one, in fact, stormtroopers and a few foes grenadiers, while there are some more Panzer grenadiers here, but they aren't really doing much, as you can imagine, either getting calipeed, strafing round, or anything else that really quickly puts them out of effect. And once more moving in the Stu-42 without a shred of support. And the Sherman is quick on the field as well. Stormtroopers and foes grenadiers following up that Stu-42. Not entirely sure what he's doing with that Stu-42 though. Engagement going on right here. Sniper fire knocking out one Stormtrooper and only one left. He will have to get out of there, and so he does. Foes grenadiers joining in. Panzer Grenadier force again. Apparently Mr. Patrick would have been a much better candidate for the Soviet Union's Red Army. Or at least in serving in the trenches of the Eastern Front rather than actually commanding them. But there you go, Stu-42 not looking too good. Panzer Grenadiers once more getting suppressed out in the middle of everything. Machine gun getting incendiary grenaded, but another calliope flies right into all those Panzer Grenadiers, again causing heavy casualties. And oh dear, entire Panzer Grenadier teams are lost in the devastating barrage, and the Sherman there takes care of this Stu-42. Not looking good for the 91st Luftlande at all. They seem to have blundered in the defense of this area, and I doubt they will be holding on for much longer. Apparently also getting joined in by the 82nd Airborne, and oh dear, sticky bomb and a final shot. Stu-42 is no more. D1stracter having really suffered the heaviest on this attrition, but really Patrick9494 isn't doing too well either. I doubt this game will be going on for much longer. In fact, there we go, game over. The 3rd Armored Division has won against the 91st Luftlande Division. So, what can we learn from this, for starters? Don't blob up your Panzer Grenadiers, really don't. Please, for the sake of God, don't. You won't gain much from it. Rather spread them out, attack from all sides, and really use that to your effect, rather than just throwing at them as one human wave. If you really want to do that, perhaps wait for some sort of Eastern Front expansion and hope, of course, you can get a bit better away with that, but even then, it's not really a good idea, even then. Of course, for Mr. D1stracter, his trouble was he was sort of just dug in here, didn't have enough infantry, and he had a bit of unfortunate luck there with the sniper bot sending up for the barracks way too early, and well, there also seemed to be some problems with the teamwork, which certainly was to the benefit of Cementmixer and the Cabbagelord. So, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying, don't blob up your Panzer Grenadiers, for heaven's sake.